can find out that in a little bit, but the fact that he just came in as a replacement and was like, yeah, I'll play in this tournament. I'll beat some nerds. I'll win some dollars. And he's already won some dollars, but he wants to win some more dollars.
I'm sure he does. I'm pretty sure he's not just satisfied with what he's got now.
All right, here we are. The map is going to be Port Alexander. It's a Terran versus Protoss. Spawning up in the top right-hand side of the map, it is the red Protoss player. It's Hurricane.
And spawning clear down in the bottom right, it's the blue Terran player, Kjor.
I'll be happy if either of these guys wins this tournament. As, of course, Hurricane for the Dark Horse factor. Cure, I feel as if he's one of those guys that is very good but hasn't really had a big result or anything like that yet.
Right. He's known, but he's not known, like big stage known.
Definitely.
So it would be pretty nice for him to win here against such a really strong field too, so.
Absolutely.
All right, well, nothing crazy happening on either side of the map here. Nobody's proxying, nobody's trying to sneak anything past their opponent. Are we seeing a probe scout head out now from Hurricane? No, actually, not interested in scouting here at all today, strangely enough. Usually, of all the races, Protoss is the one that's most interested in scouting in the early game, but it seems like he has a plan of what he wants to do to Cure here, and if he's getting proxied, so be it.
Yeah, this is a very mature decision from Hurricane in a sense. Just a safe cyber core opening. Low ground wall off is very interesting to note. He's going to be able to prevent a Reaper really from getting into his base. SCV coming on in for Curie. He's going to see that Adept being chrono boosted out. The Adept could potentially just go right across the map and make a run towards the command center. For now, Kira, look at this. Yeah, he's wondering if there's like a probe out on the map. That's why his Reaper's staying back at home. And a quick Stargate behind this for Hurricane.
Yeah, we could see some Phoenix. Trap did that quite a bit yesterday in his TvPs. Phoenix Ball, controlled well, can really cause Terran a lot of problems.
This Adept going to be shading across the map here.
And there's your bunker.
Okay.
I mean, enough to actually, there we go, chase the Adept away temporarily.
Oh.
I kind of feel like the Adept could get that SCV, or... Nah, never mind. The shake took too long.
He's fine. Kira gets his command center up. All is well in the world. Another Adept coming on in. There's a bunker, though, so... Hurricane's not going to get a lot done here, I don't think. He's got the two Adepts sitting at the back. Gotta be careful not to overstay his welcome, though.
Yeah, all he's doing is preventing mining from happening here at Cure's Natural, but eventually there are going to be problems like this Widow Mine, for example.
There goes one of the Adepts.
Yep, tried to shade out, couldn't do it. This one, well, the splash damage. Look at the SCV body blocking. The Adept does manage to shade out with the SCVs.
In goes the Reaper.
Reaper dead.
Reaper is dead, but Reaper scouts the Stargate. Hurricane playing a Phoenix style, skipping the Oracle. Two Adepts moving out across the map. There would normally be three, but that Widow Mine got his licks in. A third base going up for Hurricane. Very quick third base before his extra gases.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a little bit greedy here, but hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah, I guess he's just getting out his Phoenix and hoping to keep Cure pinned long enough because the Phoenix are a very good... They're a unit that forces Terran to sit back a little while. He's got one patrolling to the north here, going to be looking to maybe catch any drops, and then another going to be flying on in. Just hoping to see what Cure's up to. Interestingly enough, Cure is getting Magfield accelerators, so potentially a fair few Cyclones we'll be seeing out of him. Maybe like a Cyclone Viking push or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to get that upgrade if you only make 2 Cyclones. So I imagine we'll see continued Cyclone production. Maybe his variation on race car mech here. We saw this. Who did this yesterday? Did Fantasy try this? Yeah, we saw it attempted versus Trap. I don't know
Fantasy
who it was.
did it versus Trap, but it definitely wasn't like this, I don't think, just opening up with Cyclones and Vikings. But yeah, Cure's going for it. He's going to be hitting Hurricane hard, and can Hurricane hold on? For starters, he's going to be losing one of his Adepts right now. Magfield Accelerator going to be finished just as this push is moving on in. And what does Hurricane have to hold on? The answer is not a heck of a lot.
No, he's a little bit greedy here, up to 50 probes. His army supply is abysmal. I think he's just going to straight up pass the Saxus third base. There's nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, third base is going to be going down here, but is that it? Like, or does Cure get more?
I mean, at the very least, getting the third base is really, really nice. He is giving Hurricane the time to make additional Stalkers and Sentries. What he needs to deal with this, but still, that is a pretty scary army, especially with the SCVs here to buffer, to meet shield, and to repair up these Cyclones as necessary.
Yeah, Cure scans. He's going up the ramp, allows those Cyclones to lock onto the Stalkers. Vikings are going to land. They add a lot of DPS to the equation. There's a shield battery, but that's pretty much already out of energy, and Cure is pushing forward. He wants to kill Hurricane. Now, Hurricane with just regular Stalkers, no Blink just yet. There's still all the Cyclones alive. The Phoenix are coming on in, but they were not there for that first fight. And Hurricane, he's going to try and kite away, but Cure's at the top of his ramp.
That is problematic here. The Protoss player, I don't know what he does. He GG's. That's his only choice here. Bam. Cure winning game 1 in 6.5 minutes. That was dominant.
We are flying, guys. We are flying.
I mean, we did have that one 20-minute TVZ with Solar.
We did, yes.
But by golly, the rest of everything else has been incredibly short. So stick with us. We might be done sooner than you expect at this rate.
Let your friends know before all the games are over at this rate, guys. So yeah, let everyone know. We send out tweets on Twitter, Falcon, Paladin, and I. You can go follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, if you ever want to know when these are, we tweet about it. So follow us there. Also, I'll put stuff on my YouTube channel when I'm ready to rock over here. YouTube.com/FalconPaladin. Brood War stuff, StarCraft 2 stuff. It's pretty much fun for the whole family. As we get in here to our next match, King's Cove, the ladder edition. Again, check out that match arena link. Code AWAB lets you throw a free $1 at the prize pool for these players. If you love Hurricane, if you love Trap, if you love Cure, any of these guys that are still left, be sure to throw your money at them, and it's free money. It doesn't cost you a thing either.
Completely free.
Gratis. Grati. I don't know. That's what the other languages are. Romance languages. All about the same thing.
Alright, here we are. It's a best of 5.
But it's far from over.
It is. He kind of just did his own thing and then died. It's Hurricane. That last game, that was just trying to make the Phoenix, trying to get up the quick third base and having nothing to prevent that.
Yeah, it was incredibly greedy, especially against a Terran player, as Cure is. Bottom right, speaking of him, the devil, it is Cure.
Yeah, that was a cool push out of him. I've seen pushes like that, but just with the Cyclones, to be like, hey, Cyclones, Vikings, they'll shut down your Phoenix incredibly hard. And then you're not going to have a lot on the ground because you invested into that quick third and into all those Phoenix. It's just not doable to have enough, really.
Yeah, there was a window there. Cure jumped through it head first and managed to get the win.
Jumping head first through a window does sound painful.
Well, it was open, though, right? Left the window open, so...
I guess that's true. Okay, if it's an open window. Yeah. Hurricane did not manage to close the window in time.
Yeah. Once again, not scouting. I'm not sure what Hurricane expects here out of Cure. I mean, I've talked about this before.
He's going for a Cybercore first on this map, which I definitely don't mind because the Reaper has lots of room, so faster Adept or faster Stalker to help shut that down.
Super useful, yeah. But yeah, I just kind of feel like a lot of Terran players are like, you know what, late game pro bear to deal with. all that splash damage. If I can kill them in the first 10 minutes, it's much easier for me to do. So Hurricane's got to watch out for this stuff, man. If he goes for a quick third base again, I'm not sure what he's thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel as if that Stargate style is sort of like a bit of a specialty. It's not something that you're going to see a Protoss go for every game, I feel. I mean, he very well could do. We never really saw it develop, as Cure just really hard countered it. I am a big fan of Phoenix.
For sure, and they're very good, especially in the hands of somebody who controls them well, but if they're hard countered by what the Terran player is doing, then you're going to have a bad time. Oh, 2 quick shots. Reaper gets 0 scouting information there before he has to get out. That was rough.
Yeah, good shutdown there by Hurricane. And that's the thing about the Phoenix, really, by the way, just going back into this. They're very, very good at preventing harassment. They're probably the best unit in the game at stopping harassment. However, stopping direct attacks like that, like Kier did, they're just not good. That's just where they really fall short. By the way, sick Reaper Dukes, by the way.
Yeah, really great stuff.
Adept coming on in here. Might be able to find herself an SCV. That would be a nice pick off for Hurricane, and then just shade on out.
Yeah, no big deal. Free SCV, free damage. Any damage you can find is going to be good. The Reaper on the other side tried some stuff. This Adept does manage to get out of there. But Cure on the top left-hand corner trying to get some stuff done, too.
Yes, I do apologize. My mouse.
There we
chooses
go.
the greatest times.
Oh, Probes get the kill. Oh,
man.
Probes could have got the kill. Didn't do it, though. And Stalker gets that final killing blow.
Chicken in chat saying, rock you like a hurricane. I guess it was Kier doing the rocking, though.
It was. But rocking Hurricane like he's a hurricane. I think it makes sense.
That's really what we need in the StarCraft 2 scene. It's a pro player called Rock, or The Rock.
Yeah! Hang on, I'm going to Google this real quick while nothing is happening.
I mean, you can generally pick, like, English words, and and they've probably been a pro player, like dream, fantasy, life, etc.
You know what? A Google of SE2 Rock does not reveal a player
Really?
by the name of Rock at all, but it gets caught up in the whole destructible rock process.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes it rough.
I'm going to try player Rock.
Like, I was trying to pull up a player called Reaper the other day.
Oh yeah, good luck with that. So here it is, Rock. Rock Junho is a StarCraft programmer from Korea who plays Protoss for Air Force Ace.
Air Force Ace. That's StarCraft 1, right? Because Air Force Ace was a Brood War team, wasn't it?
Correct. He is a Brood War player.
Oh, okay.
Yep. He streams on Afreeca.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. All right, that's excellent.
So I don't think there's a StarCraft 2 player, but definitely a StarCraft 1. Wait, I lied. Oh yeah, no, same guy. So apparently he played StarCraft 2 back in 2012, but went back to Brood War. So there is a StarCraft 2 page for him, but he's definitely a Brood War player.
Oh, Bunker getting worked on. No SCVs in position to pull it. This could get out of hand very quickly if Hurricane is able to pull that off. Fortunately, a lot of bow does come forward for Cure. Still, having a Bunker picked off by Stalkers is not a comfortable thing for the Terran.
There's your drop coming in. Are we in position to deal with this Hurricane? I mean, he's got us. There's your vision right there. You see it coming. Observer is here.
Okay. It's still a pain to deal with. That mine doesn't even burrow. A little bit delayed there.
Yeah, it's going to get one probe kill. Sacrificial probe there, and sacrificial something.
That's close. That mine was close to getting those probes for a second there. Hurricane.
The Stalkers almost pushed the probes back into it.
Meanwhile, on this side of the map, Hurricane was trying to push in, but Cure caught him. 3 Stalkers and an Adept go down. This is a 3 racks play coming out of coming out of Cure, and Hurricane does have to stop this. He opened with Stalkers, no Phoenix this time. Does he have what it takes in order to stop this Bioterran, though? Because the army of Cure is looking pretty scary.
I mean, I'm liking the fact that he's getting an Immortal. He's getting additional Warp Gates up. That's going to help defend against this. Getting upgrades, too, and a Sentry. So he definitely not just going crazy quick for all the income in the world. But he does have the 3rd base up. He's had it up for a while now.
5 gateways double forge.
Yeah, that's going to help quite a bit if these guys can get down. Additional, maybe some zealots in here to buffer a little bit. Maybe just additional stalkers based on what we're dealing with here.
I mean, for Hurricane, really, as a Protoss, I feel as if Cure has so much. If he went for a direct attack, he'd be able to get a lot of damage done. He is going for this drop, though, instead. We'll see what he's able to make happen. Stalkers do come in. However, the bio gets unloaded, so looks like Hurricane has to pull the probes away, and he does so. Already lost 7. Stalkers might be able to focus down the medivacs. I feel as if that might be a good call for now. He's just busy trying to micro them back. Does end up pushing Cure away. However, Cure is also moving in towards the third base as this is going on. Medivacs flying in first.
Yeah, all the probes get out of there. Some zealots come in just to buy some time. They're not doing anything otherwise. The stalkers, there we go. Some stalkers do show up here, but that's 3 stalkers versus a lot of bile. There's an immortal showing up here too. The reinforcements from Hurricane are enough to actually chase Cure away. They're darting on into the natural base. Again, it looks like is Cure trying to keep that pressure up and keep it going.
Bile for Cure coming in to just running up on in, and stalkers are here. Are they? They're in position.
Oh,
Can
boy.
they stop this? So good micro, trying to keep them alive. They're starting to wear thin, though. Cure's Marines and Marauders are just shrekking them here, taking very, very good trades. And the supply for Hurricane is really just not there. The medivac gets picked off. Cure's heading towards the third base now. Warping a Zealots is there, but they're just warping in to get picked off right away. And Cure's stimming forward, and probably stimming forward in order to take game number 2 already.
It's looking like it. Those zealots were entirely sacrificial. The immortals here pretty good against the Marauders.
Fields.
Yep, fantastic. Guardian Shield to shut down pretty immediately, but Cure says,
Immortals.
no way, Immortals
No.
gone. GG!
2-0 lead for Cure. These guys are sprinting. I don't know how they're doing it. They're sprinting while playing StarCraft.
2-0 in 14 combined minutes. 14 for games 1 and game 2 there. Ridiculous. Ridiculous stuff here so far out of Cure. He is a man on a mission. He wants to get to the finals now. Of course, he has to wait because it's the first series.
He does.
Unfortunately for him, but yeah. Yeah, man, just the aggression. Marines, Marauders, Widowmines, Medivacs. I don't know what else to say, man. He just was looking really good. Hurricane for that third base again. Maybe a little bit too early. Didn't have the units to deal with it. No splash damage available whatsoever. No Storm. No Colossus. No nothing. Just pure Immortal, Stalker, Sentry, Zealot. The Zealots didn't have charge. And as a result, there just wasn't enough to handle it. The Stalkers on their own aren't going to deal with that. No question about it. And once the Zealots were gone, it was a ball game. So great job there. I mean, what else do you say about Cure? He's looking like an absolute monster here. I don't know what else there is to say here, but...
Yeah, well done by Cure. Hurricane, it seems like when Protoss are dying these days, it's just that they don't quite have it together. They just don't quite have it together, like just a few more seconds and say they're fine. I think something that's really important to point out there was that Hurricane, he didn't have Stalkers in position in the natural when that 3 medivac drop came in. And he had a good number of Stalkers. If he had, say, 5 or 6 Stalkers waiting there, he shuts down that drop, or at least pushes it out much, much quicker and easier. And then just from there, the snowball of Cure is really stopped or delayed or cut down. And just, it's starting with that drop, it just really went all south there. All south from there. Spawning
all right.
up in the top right-hand side of the map, it is Hurricane.
And spawning in the bottom right, it's Cure.
Let's get that score set right. 2-0 lead for Cure. Jin Air boys are looking good so far. One on each side of the bracket.
Hurricane says, enough of this being in the dark about what Cure is doing. Gonna come up, harass him a little bit, check to make sure there aren't any proxies. Just do the annoying probe routine that every Protoss player seems to do most of the time. Showtime loves it. Neeb loves it. And Hurricane following suit here. Getting some shots off, losing some hull damage.
Oh, probe, gotta be careful. Yeah, Hurricane's scouting. He's got to play perfect from here on out. Being down 2-0 in a best of 5, not a great start. So really needs to lock things down here if he's going to be able to push this series back anyway.
Reaper cruising on in. There's already an Adept in production. Stargate getting thrown down by Hurricane here. I'm going to try to maybe go for that Phoenix play again, which the Reaper, once again, is going to scout. Maybe.
Gets a probe as well. Nice little bonus there.
Well, I don't... Did he see the Stargate?
Oh, that is a good question.
He did not.
Oh, excellent. For Hurricane.
Complete.
Yeah, he didn't. Wow. All right. So I guess getting a probe kill is nice, but scouting your opponent's deck is probably nicer.
Adept is moving across the map. Gonna awkwardly run by this Reaper. The Reaper runs inside the main. Hellion opening from Cure after this. He's got his CC done. This Adept, she's probably gonna nope out of there once she sees the fact that there's Hellions and Reapers. Otherwise, she could be in a bit of trouble. Reaper comes on in. The Hellions are now out. So she needs to get out of there, otherwise she could be going down, taking a fair bit of damage already.
But safe.
For now. These guys are in pursuit.
And they are fast because they have wheels. Trying to juke out a little bit there. Nice juke on the Adept. Gets inside, trying to hold the wall here with double Adept. There's an Oracle just now popping out of the Stargate. Oracle might be needed in base defense here, which is never what they want to do. They want to be killing workers on the other side of the map, but sometimes dire circumstances can require them to actually kill stuff over here. That said, moving out anyway, really interested in just make a beeline for that natural base.
It's going to toss the grenade, and these Adepts are going to get knocked out of position. Oh, look at that. The Hellions
doesn't
actually
even
using
need
their
it.
muscle. Fantastically done. And these Hellions are now in the natural of Hurricane. A Phoenix lifts up one of them, helping out. Adept shading after. These Hellions are injured. I think the probes need to surround. There we go. Shuts that down. Meanwhile, the Oracle on the other side of the map, not being microed, has picked off a few SCVs, though. Hurricane, can he clean this up? Hellion now running towards his natural. His main has been attacked a little bit. These units now bouncing down here. 6 probes have gone down. It's not critical losses just yet, but this needs to get cleaned up now by Hurricane.
And it does. Oracle gets chased away too, so both players have lost some workers. Hurricane has lost 8, and Cure lost 6. Worker count is fairly even at the stage, but again, Mule's helping, and here comes the Banshee play. What detection? There it is. Observer in production now, being Chrono Boost out of Hurricane.
Okay, Phoenix and the Oracle fly over, but the detection's not done yet, so what's with the Banshees in this tournament?
Getting way more work done than he ever thought possible here. Stalker chasing it around. There's the Observer. There are the Phoenix. Banshee, yeah, it's all right. It wasn't that great.
That could have been worse for Hurricane for sure. That being said, he still is just tied with the Terran for workers. Not a comfortable situation. We'll see where he's going to take it from here. Moving out with his Phoenix and Oracle. Maybe he can get something done with them.
Yeah, they're cruising on over here. There are no missile turrets up, but the Marine count is pretty nice, and there's a Cyclone. Cyclones are the ultimate. You come in here, you're not leaving unit here unless the Phoenix can lift it. The Phoenix can lift that Cyclone, that'd be huge. SCV down, building that supply depot. Cyclone gets one shot off of lock-in, but not much other than that. Hurricane's going to take a third behind it here at about the 6-minute mark, unless the Banshee shuts down that probe first, which very well could. Oh, Hurricane.
Hurricane, he clicks on it. He starts the Nexus. The Banshee just flies right on by. She's got other business to attend to. And that's with the probes in the main base. Oh, she turns around, though.
Well, the problem is there's a shield battery there, so the Banshee's not killing anything. Yeah.
And
not getting any kills there at all.
Oracle in Phoenix. She is toast.
Yeah. So far, Hurricane shutting this down pretty nicely, actually. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah. Something I feel that's also very important to note. Oh, by the way, Cure's going back.
Oh, sure, why not?
Yeah, you're up 2-0 in a best of 5. I'll allow it. Yeah, so we'll see if Kira's going to be able to close this out. He got a nice bit of damage done at the start of the game. And we'll see where he can go from here. Hurricane has actually cut Phoenix production rather early on. He wasn't going up to a large number. He made the 2 instead of going up to, say, the more common 4, perhaps. And now he's going hard into Immortals. Immortals generally do counter mech. Cyclones, though, not necessarily. So we'll see what exactly the composition of Cure is going to be. Blink is already on the way for Hurricane. That's very important for dealing with the Cyclones.
And this third base is going to help Hurricane more and more as this game goes on. Cure is floating over his own third.
Important to note, Hurricane's Observer, the real MVP here.
Yeah, sees the triple factory and everything that's coming out of it here. That's beautiful. Stasis Ward's getting tossed down here. Cure scouting with the barracks, as you do if you're going mech.
Terran flagship right there. Picks a new spot.
More Stasis Wards going down in that production tab. I kind of like it. Just setting up little traps that Cure has to be careful about when he's moving out across the map.
Oh, I
Can
love
be used
it.
in
And,
engagements
oh, man,
as well.
They could actually be huge here.
Yeah, catching half of the army could be a massive play.
Double
If
Immortal production is on the way for Hurricane. He's really confident that this is going to be the answer of what's coming his way. And if Cure walks into this, if he walks into a Stasis Ward, it could just be lights out if Hurricane is allowed to capitalize on top of it. Oh, here he goes. There's the Stasis Ward.
Oh, catches 4 of the Cyclones. That's huge.
The tank's getting set up. This could be a hill that Cure dies on, but Hurricane does decide to back out. Still not confident enough to take that fight, but fantastic force fields go down. A lot of the Marines being caught, they do manage to wriggle out. Blink is now done for Hurricane, so he might be able to get in with those, but he does decide to retreat. Just retreating with his Immortals. Warp Prism just gets annihilated by the Cyclones there.
Yeah, everything comes out of stasis. That worked pretty well for Cure. That could have been disastrous for sure, but nice job keeping the tank alive, breaking that lock-on.
Oh, look at this. Cure's stepping forward. Hurricane not paying attention to his army, though. He does have a pretty good angle, though, so he's getting a lot of shots off on this. Immortals doing as much work as they can. The Cyclones, though, are trading off, but I think Hurricane has held this blinking after Cure.
Revelation catches literally nothing.
Literally nothing.
Stasis Ward, detected there with the scan and locked down. Hurricane looks like he's setting up for a 4th base. He doesn't quite have the minerals for it as he continues to make gateways and upgrades and going for that charge, which is really important here versus Terran. Cure continuing to make pretty much nothing but Cyclones and Hellions. So definitely the race car mech is in play. Some Widow Mines on the way here too. And Cure's 4th base coming up at the 6 o'clock position down south.
Hurricane moving in with his Stalkers, was maybe hoping to catch a 4th base or something. Just heading towards his natural base, though, and if the Cyclones are out of position, Hurricane may really be able to capitalize on this. Is he just going to wait for Cure to move out on the map?
Kind of looks like it. Very patient indeed.
Oh,
attack!
no.
Blue Flame. The Blue Flame makes it into the natural base of Hurricane here. The Hellions die, but they get 13 probes.
Oh, that is massive damage. The Terran player on 76 SCVs already securing his 4th base. Really, really hurts Hurricane's economy and his chances in the game. Something like that just really sets you back. Cure is meching, though, so it's a little bit unmapped. He's got so many Cyclones, though, and these Immortals, they do not have an adequate buffer since the Stalkers are not here. If they get locked on, they could be in a lot of trouble. Force Field's going down to try and help out. Look at this, though. These Immortals are getting locked on. Zealots now spilling forward to help out. Hurricane, fantastic micro. The Stalkers coming on in from the side as well. They blink out instead of forward, though, trying to avoid those Cyclones. The Cyclones could be a little bit trapped here between the 2 portions of the Protoss army, but they're just going to opt to annihilate these Stalkers. So many of the Stalkers going down there.
Yeah, the Immortals holding their own, though, fairly well.
That was
taking
great
a lot of
micro
Cyclones down.
from Hurricane to keep some of those Immortals alive. And they really...
He's kind of... Yeah, he seemed to have stopped Immortal production here. He is now working entirely on upgrades, going for a Templar Archives, whether for Storm or whether for Archons. We'll have to see there, possibly both. I feel like Storm could be pretty good in situations, but at the same time, Archons don't take that bonus damage from the lock-on, so they could be pretty good too. Ooh, goodbye, Observer in observation mode. We hardly knew the army supply here. 80 to 90 in favor of Cure, but wow, another base. Cure's taking a 5th base down here in the bottom left. Hurricane got 4 bases early, but Cure out expanding him quite effectively.
Yeah.
And expanding on the right side too, at the 3 o'clock position.
Yeah, it's a renaissance of Terrans who are just willing to go up to crazy good economies and play the game from there. Cure with so many Widow Mines right now. That's actually disgusting how many Widow Mines he has. He's got that drilling pod, so they're going to burrow quick. Oh, 5 probes going down somewhere. At the natural, a Widow Mine. I think it might have just wandered in. No Psy Storm for Hurricane. He's got the Templar Archives. If he can squeeze it out, I think it's definitely worth researching, as it's surprisingly helpful versus Mech. Oh, Observer and a Zealot. Can they clean this mine up?
Oh, I think one more shot's gonna get off.
Oh,
no,
good
actually.
save by the Zealot. However, can Hurricane save his 4th base right now? A portion of his army is engaging here. The rest is not in position, so those Cyclones getting a lot of damage done. Immortals are starting to be worked away on. Hurricane's trying to engage this right now. Can he crash through the minefield and destroy this Terran army? A lot of damage has been done to the Terran army, but there's really nothing to pursue the Cyclones. The Observer is gone, so these mines are starting to recharge. The clock is ticking. No Observer has been fired up for Hurricane. There we go, 2 coming on in now. Picking off all these mines will be very nice, but Hellion's now running towards his 3rd base. The Stalkers, they got to turn around to deal with that. Needs to focus down that injured Hellion there. 5 more probes going down.
Yeah, that's not bad considering what the situation was. Every single Widow Mine gets cleaned out. That is a problem for Cure. But additional ones cruising on out here right underneath where an Observer lives. Not a good place to hang out, guys. Don't set up roots there if you don't have to. Army supply still in favor of Cure here. He hasn't necessarily been able to kill any bases or really taken any major, like, overwhelming victories, but he is still just killing it. Economically, he's macroing like a boss, making 4 Cyclones at a time. He will be maxed out soon here, where Hurricane is kind of struggling here on 140 supply.
These Immortals starting to shred into these Widow Mines. The Zealots do spill forward. They're going to pay the price for that. Tanks have actually joined the army for Cure, but are they good enough versus the Immortals? Stalkers blink forward. The Cyclones are really being thinned out. Hurricane is holding on versus this mech, saving units in his prism left and right.
Oh my gosh, these Immortals. 17 kills on one of these guys here.
Those are money Immortals right there.
12 kills on that one. Yeah, absolutely impressive.
Oh, Widow Mines are good, guys.
Decent unit, for sure.
Hurricane, though, still with a very good Immortal count. Up to 6. He's even making more of them, realizing how important they are. Staying back for now. He has yet to secure a 5th base. He's just starting that up now. That's a rather late 5th base for the Protoss. Oh, look at this mine, too, by the way.
Cure has been on 6 bases for a while. There's some Zealot versus Planetary Fortress. Not a good engagement for you, buddy. Same for you, guy. I know you're just scouting.
Oh, there we
but
go.
Still.
That's where the 5 probes went down. And
Widow
in
Mine's
comes
still
Cure.
present.
He's pretty much remaxed at this point, just due to the fact that he's got such a good economy, and that's where this is scary for Hurricane. So many mines already set up once again. It's like Hurricane gonna come on in from this other location. Does he have any observers with this army right now? He's got 2. They are in tow, not actually in position here to help out. Hurricane's taken an engagement in multiple spots, catching some reinforcements, but not fighting with all of his army versus this main portion here. All the Widow Mines are going off on this army. The Cyclones are really committed to this engagement, but 19 probes have fallen in the process.
Yeah, man, 20 total. Coming back on in. He does manage to keep
these
his
mines.
Nexus.
Where's that Observer? Okay. Observer shows up.
Oh, all right. We're going to play a game. How many Widow Mines do you think have died in this game to this point?
I think surprisingly few. I'm going to say 16.
46.
What? What?
46 Widow Mines have
Apparently
died.
I haven't been paying enough attention, but... Oh man, Cure. He likes his Widow Mines, apparently. And Hellion's coming in for harassment. Meanwhile, a Liberator at the natural, he is just toying with Hurricane at this point, and Hurricane is reaching the point of no return, I feel, with his economic damage. 92 supply versus 176.
Do you want to guess how many probes have died?
It's between 80 and 100, I want to say.
72.
72, okay.
It's a lot, though. Yes,
That
very
is
many.
a lot. Oh,
Once again, I just don't feel like Cure has won a major engagement, but
no, he hasn't.
he's killed so many probes that maybe it just doesn't matter. You just starve Hurricane to death here.
Yeah, his trades arguably haven't been the greatest, but they're still just enough to just winning out from his pure economy. Like, let's take a look at that income advantage.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's 3 times as much for Cure right now. 3,000 to 1,000
Look at
minerals
all
per
these
minute.
tanks. When the supply was equal, Hurricane could dispatch the tanks no problem, but now there is such an amount for Cure. I don't think there's a way Hurricane can engage into this. Widowmines are just going to go off on his Archons and annihilate them. I feel as if this is the last hurrah for Hurricane, and we're going to have our first finalist here.
Yeah, he's trying. He's doing some good work with these Immortals, but he just doesn't have enough, and that's your good game Cure with a 3-0.